let's start with David Raya. Now, for the game itself, if we didn't go to penalties, I would still have given him something like an 8 because he made 2 very good saves, one in the first half, one in the second half. Those guys have quality. They could easily score against you. So David Raya was very, very good today. And on top of that, he kept a clean sheet. And on top of that, he saved us at penalties. He saved 2 penalties. And you know what he said after the game? He's done an interview after the game and he was asked, how are you feeling about after saving 2 penalties? And this was his reply. I'm not happy because I should have saved 3. Because there's one that he almost saved and it went in. That is his mentality. He wanted to save 3 penalties, not 2. He's still not happy that he didn't save the 3rd one. That is good mentality. That is what we want to see at Arsenal. 10 out of 10, David Raya. I never thought I was going to give a goalkeeper 10 out of 10. I think the last one was like Ramsdale 2 seasons ago. Raya, 10 out of 10. He made 2 very good saves in the game. He kept a clean sheet. He was handling the corners and they only had 1 corner in the game, but the corner that was put in, he saved it well. The free kicks that were put in, he saved them well as well. And he saved 2 penalties, almost saved the 3rd one. And he looked very calm for all of it, by the way. He looked very, very calm. 10 out of 10. It's good to have a goalkeeper like this who can save penalties. Now we know the farther we go, he can save penalties. That is really helpful. 10 out of 10 for David Raya. Let's go to the fullbacks. Ben White, he also kept a clean sheet, part of the team that kept a clean sheet. He got forward a bit. He did put in a couple of dangerous crosses. Ben White will always give you a 7 out of 10. I don't think Ben White will ever be bad at all. He's just very good. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Maybe that is high. Let me know if that is too high, but I don't think he got exposed at all today, so I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for today. Ben White, he was very, very good today. Not very good. He was good. Not excellent or anything, just good. So 8 out of 10 for him. The other fullback, Kivio, I don't think he was great. He gave away the ball a couple of times. He looked a bit shaky. Let's be honest. We kept a clean sheet. I wanted to give him a 7, but he put us in a couple of dangerous situations a couple of times. So out of the games that he's played, all of them since he started playing regularly, I think this is like his worst performance so far. I'm going to rewatch the game again because I can't even lie to you. I definitely missed a couple of things. There's times I was just like busy wiping my sweat and all that. So I might have missed something. Now that we've gone through, I can relax and watch the game relaxed. But for now, I'm going to give Kivio 6 out of 10. Maybe that is too low. Let me know what you guys would give Kivio. William Saliba, he also wasn't great today. He got a yellow card. He got turned a bit easily. He did give away the ball a couple of times as well. I mean, they played well until the extra time. So he played the whole game, 120 minutes. I don't think he was great today, but just because for the extra 30 minutes he played and we still kept a clean sheet, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. But if it was 90 minutes, I would have given him a 6 out of 10. I don't think he was that great today, but 7 out of 10, just because he played the whole game and he still kept a clean sheet. Gabriel, I think Gabriel is better than Saliba today. I'm going to give him the same rating, but if I was giving halves, Gabriel would be like a 7.5 and Saliba would be a 6.5. So I'm going to give Gabriel a 7 out of 10 as well, but I think he was slightly better than Saliba today, if that makes sense. So his 7 is a bit higher than Saliba's 7. It's just because I can't take him to an 8 because that is a higher threshold. Now, in my player ratings, like it's easy to move from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5, like that. But the moment you get to 7, it's a little bit harder to get to 8. And then when you get to 8, you need to do like an assist or, create 4 chances for me to give you a 9. If you're a defender, you need to clear the ball off the line and, put on a man of the match performance for me to give you a 10. 7 out of 10 for Gabriel. Hopefully that is fair enough. Raya 10. Gabriel 7, Saliba 7, Kivio 6, Ben White 8. Midfield, Jorginho, he lost the ball once, but I think, again, it's nothing like too scary. At Chelsea, they used to say he was terrible. I don't think he's been terrible at Arsenal. He was okay today. He got subbed off as well, but I think he was definitely okay today. So I'm going to give Jorginho 7 out of 10 for this particular game. Declan Rice, it's going to be a little bit unfair because I'm going to add a mark for those ones who took penalties. But I'm also going to tell you how I feel about their performance minus penalties. Declan Rice was okay. The first game, Declan Rice got a yellow card within the first minute, and I think that kind of killed his game for that match because he couldn't make tackles and all that. So he kind of slowed the game down a bit, and he wasn't really as hard as he's always been every single game this season. That was in the first leg. There he got involved in the game. He was running to the wings and putting in a couple of crosses. Not his best performance, but I think he was okay. I don't think there was any problem with Declan Rice today. He scored a very, very good penalty. So in terms of the game, 7 out of 10, he got a penalty. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for his overall performance today, plus the penalties, 8 out of 10. Martin Odegaard, I was so close, I was so close to giving him that rating. I was so close to giving him a 10, but I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. He was very good today. He's pressing. He won the ball like 4 times in the final third. That was really good from Odegaard. The assist for Trossard was incredible. Extra time, he was basically almost the only player who could see running like the whole game, the whole 120 minutes. On top of that, his penalty was really, really good as well. There's only a couple of the reason I'm not giving him a 10 is the same one that I usually say. There's a couple of times I feel like he should have shot the ball and he still doesn't shoot the ball. Like, that's all you need to do, Odegaard. Just if you shoot the ball and it gets saved, I would be giving you a 10 out of 10 because I don't feel like he did anything wrong today. He was absolutely incredible. I think one of our men of the match today, probably a candidate, definitely. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10, but it's like a 9.5. I think he was really good. A captain's performance. He went there from the first minute. He was pressing and winning the ball. As I say, the first 10 minutes of the game, we weren't getting the ball. They were passing it around. And then Odegaard pressed and he took the ball from them. And that put us like on our first attack of the game. That really helps. And throughout the game, he was pressing as well. He created a very, very good assist for Trossard. And he also scored in the second half, but it was disallowed. And took a very good penalty. The first one of the game, pressure. He doesn't know about the word pressure. He's very calm. 9 out of 10 for Martin Odegaard. I absolutely love him, man. Like, if these players stay for the next 6-7 years, Odegaard, Rice, and all these guys, like, there's no doubt in my mind we'll be sitting here in 2026, 2027, and we'll be like, wow, Odegaard has just lifted his 5th trophy as an Arsenal captain. I have no doubt. Like, the moment the first one comes, I'm sure they're going to win more. They're nowhere near their prime, all these players, Saka's, Odegaard, and all those guys. 9 out of 10 for Odegaard. Very, very good penalty. Trossard, I could see the energy as well. The first 30 minutes, I was really seeing Odegaard and Trossard. He was also involved in the game a lot, and we weren't getting a lot of chances. For him to get that chance and score it, I was actually expecting a pass when he got the ball on the wing, but he finished it like, Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry was in the stadium watching. Very good finish, like Martinelli did against Crystal Palace. That's Thierry Henry kind of finish. Adebayo used to do that as well. Very good finish. And throughout the game, there's a time they're a little bit quiet and all. Most of the players, but I think he was okay. Personally, I wanted Jesus to start today. I think I also did a poll, and let me just see how many of you voted for Jesus to start. Let me just confirm that many people wanted Jesus to start today instead of Trossard. I put a poll yesterday and asked, who do you want to start on the left wing? 59% said Jesus and 35% said Trossard. So it's not that far, but personally, I wanted Jesus to start, but I also said if Trossard starts, I have no problem. Trossard is still a good player. It's just because Jesus has that Champions League experience and he's been our best player in the Champions League this season. But Trossard was okay. He got us that goal. If he doesn't score that goal, it would have been a nightmare the next 45 minutes. I don't think we would have gotten a goal. They would have just packed the bus even more. Leandro Trossard, he didn't take a penalty. He went off. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 because he scored a goal. Without the goal, maybe it would have been like a 7 out of 10. But Trossard for today, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Very, very good goal. That gives him an extra point in my ratings, 8 out of 10 for him. For the other winger, Bukayo Saka, you can tell, if Martinelli is not on the pitch and Saka is not playing well, yeah, the chances of us struggling is like 6 out of 10. Actually, not 6 out of 10, like 8 out of 10 for chances of us struggling. Listen, Trossard coming on, very good player. Jesus coming on, very good player. Anyone who plays on the wings, that is fine. We can still win a game without we beat Man City without Saka on the pitch. Jesus was playing on the wing, and we've won a few games. There's a time Martinelli missed 1 month, and we still won games. But if Martinelli is not on the pitch and Saka is not playing well, you definitely struggle in terms of the wings, and we were not creating a lot of chances. Also, on top of that, I guess FC Porto are defending well. So yeah, as someone said in the chat earlier, really missed Martinelli. But Saka today, he wasn't that great. There's maybe 2 or 3 times. He was trying to take on the defender once in the first half when the shot was saved. I think he had our first shot on target today. Also in the second half, we did have a shot later on in the game in the 84th minute. And also in the extra time, he was trying to get involved. Honestly, if I was giving him a rating for the game, I would have given him a 6 out of 10, I don't think. And that is probably the worst I've given Saka this season. Maybe once I've given him a 5 out of 10. Yeah, that is very low. I usually give Saka 8, 9 out of 10 every single game. So 6 out of 10 for him. But he got a penalty. He scored a penalty, very, very good penalty. So I'm going to give you an extra mark just because he scored a penalty. But in terms of the game, 6 out of 10. Because he scored his penalty, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Kai Havertz, didn't really get any chances today, did he? I don't think he got any chances today as well. We didn't create a lot today. He was always getting involved. The one thing I really love about Havertz, that dirtiness. I love that. That pushing the coach. I love to see that. Just don't get a yellow card, but we were bullied for so many years. I remember watching Arsenal against Man United in 2011, Chelsea against Arsenal between 2010 and 2017. We were getting bullied by those Drogbas and Golo Kantes and Jason Park and all these guys. They were really bullying us. Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool. Every time we played against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, Muller, they would just bully us. The Robins and all those guys. Right now, you can't bully us. No, there's Rice there. There's Gabriel there. Gabriel fighting at the end of the game as well. Saliba is there. No nonsense. Kiv is there, no nonsense. Havertz is there, no nonsense. He wants to fight everyone as well. All these players, we cannot get bullied these days, and Havertz does a lot of that. He was winning a lot of headers in that game. I've not checked the stats, but he was, getting involved in a lot of aerial duels and all that. And very, very good penalty at the end. Saka and Havertz, in terms of the last games, they weren't anywhere near the last 3-4 games in terms of performances. But listen, Havertz, I think, was more involved than Saka. Saka was giving away the ball a lot and falling down a lot too easily and all that. 7 out of 10 for Havertz. An extra point for getting the penalty, so 7 out of 10. The players who came off the bench, why am I still nervous? I need to tell myself we've gone through. Yes, right? We've gone through. I feel like the penalties are just coming up right now. I'm still nervous. I don't know why. Jesus. I think if we went to the 5th penalty, I think you'd have been the one to take it, maybe. I think you'd have been the one to take our 5th penalty in that game. We didn't have to get to him, thankfully. But he came on. He energized the game for like 10 minutes. He was getting involved. He won us a couple of free kicks. He had a shot on target as well. Almost got the winner as well. I'm just going to give him a 7 out of 10. Again, I'll rewatch the game. Maybe this is too high. Maybe some of you'd give him a 6 out of 10. But 7 out of 10 for Jesus. Who else came on today? Nketiah. Okay, now the other 2 players who came on. Let's start with Zinchenko. I still love Zinchenko. I know some of you would say you want to sell him in the summer. I wouldn't sell him. I feel like we need to get something else for him to do, like going forward. He's very good. Maybe you need to push him forward completely and just tell him not to play defense. Maybe that when you signed Timber, that was the plan. Play Timber and Tomiyasu fullbacks with White. Zinchenko will be pushing forward, or sometimes he'll be coming on when you need a goal, or sometimes he'll be starting and then getting subbed off when you need to defend, or sometimes you're going to start against the smaller teams, or you're going to have a lot of the ball. But today he came on for 15 minutes and he was terrible. Absolutely terrible. 15 minutes and he literally stank up the place. I think he gave away like 2 free kicks. Also Jesus, I think he gave away like 2 free kicks. And I was like, come on, man, stop fouling people, because they were wasting time every time we fouled them. I think he gave away the ball a couple of times. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I'm going to rewatch those last 15 minutes because at that time I was very nervous. But I don't think he was great at all when he came on. Zinchenko for those 15 minutes, 5 out of 10. Maybe even that is too high. Nketiah as well. Didn't really have a lot of the ball, but when he got it, I think he lost the ball maybe once as well. 5 out of 10 for both of them. Nothing. I can't really rate them anything higher than that. Maybe even some of you would give them 4 out of 10. Those are the only people who came on, right? Yeah, I would have loved to see Smith Rowe, as Koki said in the chat. I would love to see Smith Rowe, maybe someone like that. But I knew there's players you really don't take off, because they can do something. And also, if you go to penalties, they're going to take a penalty. Saka and Odegaard, I don't think you can sub them off, because you need them for the penalty shoot at anything comes up. Like at the end of the game, you could see Saka and Odegaard like were almost scoring like in the 90th minute of that game. They were the ones who were trying to make something happen. Havertz, I don't think it was his best game, but I guess he just left him in for, the housery, and also the penalty shooters at the end. Arteta. I mean, we won 1-0. Some of you are predicting 5-0, 4-0. It wasn't anywhere near that. You could tell, like, the players were scared. Also, Arteta was very scared because he's gone out a lot in the round of 16 and he just didn't want to risk it, just bring on Smith Rowe and bring on this one and go attacking. I don't think they wanted to risk anything and they were very confident to go for the penalty. So well done to them. We've gone through for the first time since 2010 in the quarterfinal. Since the last time we were in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, after that, Arteta came to Arsenal as a player. He retired. He went to Man City. He became an assistant coach for like 3 years. He came to Arsenal. He's been our manager like 4 or 5 years. This is the first time you're getting to the Champions League quarterfinal, and all that has happened since the last time we got there. So well done to you for getting us there. It's a good time, man. I know it's been hard the last 2 games, this one in Brentford, but listen, we are top of the league, Champions League quarterfinal. When was the last time we felt that? It's been years. I don't think we've been in the Champions League quarterfinal and top of the table since. We might have to go back to like 2008 since the last time in the Champions League quarterfinal and top of the league. It's been long. So that's a lot of years ago. 8 out of 10 for Mikel Arteta.